Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Anu, and today's pick a card reading is what is your destiny? I know it's a very interesting and large topic. I do want to spend like 30 seconds explaining what my intent is for this video. Destiny is the broad strokes of life, okay? Just remember that. And I know I wanted to title this What is Written in Your Destiny. I intentionally did not, because when we say what's written, we're giving the power to somebody else, okay? If you watch my channel, most of my readings talk about empowering and your own energy, and that's what this is here today. I want you to go in with an open mind and think of this is what your higher self chose for you. And still, it is going to be a very broad stroke. Within that broad stroke, it is your free will which path you take. So there can be several paths between the big destiny that we have, okay, what we chose for ourselves before incarnating into this life form. So that's what this reading is about. Let's see, what is your destiny? What did your higher self sign yourself up for in this lifetime? And we'll look at what is the overall destiny? What is the main one thing that you wanted to master in this lifetime? What are your current blocks? And then what is advice from spirit? So that's the intent of the reading. With that, either go ahead and just pick a number or pick a pile with the crystal that calls to you. Number 1 is a blue celestite. And we're using the Sacred Destiny cards today, so a pun on that. Funny, but not funny. This is pile number 2. We have the amethyst. For pile number 3, black tourmaline. Okay. And pile number 4, the white Mexican aragonite. So those are your options. Go ahead and pick as many as you feel like, but go with the very first one that calls to you. And of course, you're welcome to watch multiple. I will see you right at your selection. Hi, pile 1. This is for those of you who chose option 1 or the blue celestite. Of course, it's one of my favorite stones. I'm curious to see what comes out. This one right here is a giant, sort of a geode of blue celestite as well. Let's just put this over here and we're gonna get right into it. But if you skip the intro, the intent is for you to know what are the broad strokes of your life. And your higher self wrote this destiny. You chose this destiny before incarnating into this lifetime. So I want you to bring the power back into your hands. Also remember, it is general. It's a very big topic that's also very near and dear to a lot of us. We're all searching for that, okay? So we're gonna get into looking at these Sacred Destiny cards will be our North Star, okay, for our destiny. What is the North Star of our destiny? What did we choose in our higher selves? Then we'll look at the broad stroke of this lifetime. What is your life path? What are the blockers? And then advice from spirit, okay? So let's get right into it. I'm curious to see what we have. Wow, simplicity and illumination. I'm not surprised with the celestite over here. So this is, at the end of the day, the North Star of your destiny in this lifetime are basically simplicity and illumination, okay? This, if you look at, this is like one simple feather, but it's also very angelic looking. And you have the sky, celestite, this is like celestial connections, wanting to learn and expand in our lifetime, expand our mindset and our view on life. And that's where the illumination also comes in. So the way I'm looking at this is like the energy plays off of each other, okay? You are kind of destined to really achieve a lot of enlightenment in this lifetime. There's illumination and also understanding the simple truth. What is true to you? Interesting, that's the word that's coming through. Spirit wants me to say, it's like, really, what is your truth? And it is actually a very straightforward mentality because your mind is so illuminated and your thought process is so illuminated, okay? So this is a lifetime of a lot of beauty, a lot of simplicity, but a lot of wisdom and illumination. I won't be surprised if you're somebody who is highly, highly spiritual and also like carves their own path, and also sets up an example for others overall. So let's see what else we have. I am using just the houses and the astrological houses and zodiac signs. Just look at one main area, or let's say one main thing that you want to master in this lifetime. Spirit, help us tap in more into group one's energy. What is the one thing they signed up for? And really, I want you to embody that you signed up for this, whether or not you see it right now or not. And that's what this reading is here. It's going to uncover a few things. So Spirit, help us see what is the one main area that this group signed up to master. You have the 8th house. Oh my goodness. This is our psyche. This is our shadow side. This is our deepest, darkest desires. And I'm using the word darkest intentionally because once we go and do our shadow work, that's when the illumination follows and it becomes very, very simple. 8th house is all about self-empowerment. It's about our sexuality, our desires. What is our true identity when we shed all inhibitions, okay? All the hesitations out. What is our true self? What do we stand for? That's what it's a Scorpio house. So some of you may have Scorpio sun, moon, or rising in your natal chart, but this house is all about diving deep into taboo areas, okay? And I'm saying taboo in a norm mentality, okay? What the society thinks that's taboo. What does that include? It includes depth. It includes sex. It includes taxes, okay? Debt, taxes, and sex and sexuality. Those are all sort of like polar topics in society, but that's what sits in our shadow house. And the more we master it, the more we're able to really thrive in life. The second aspect of it is also partnership and learning to receive let's say material resources from others, okay, not from our hard work. So in terms of money, the 8th house is about loans, mortgages, finances, you know, and money through our spouse or partner or inheritance, okay, all of those things where you actually don't have to work for that money. It is money besides your primary income. So it's also learning to receive that, okay? That's what I'm hearing over here. Wow, interesting. This is going to be a big group. This is going to be a big one. Okay, we'll keep that here. All right, with that, let's get into tarot. Spirit, help us see what is group one's destiny. What did their higher self choose for this lifetime? Overall destiny. Pile 1. Yes, okay. 2 more, Spirit. Whoa, too much. Okay, well, it showed itself, so we're gonna take it. I'm gonna put this back and then bottom 2. There we go, Justice. And the Lovers. Oh my gosh, you have the love for justice. And I'll just call it out right there and there. You have a love for justice. Okay, let's put this over here. Well, I'm gonna need it. So, broad spectrum. In this lifetime, what is in your destiny? Let's soak these cards in. We have the Temperance, Major Arcana, Sagittarian energy, and we have the Knight of Cups, Ace of Swords, we have the Page of Wands, and then we have the Tower. And the reason why we pull the bottom deck energy is like what may not be visible to us at this time. But what is also part of your destiny is justice and the lovers. Lovers is, of course, can be literally about a love relationship, but is also about decision. It is about duality. Justice is about duality. The temperance is about duality. You getting the picture? So in this lifetime, your destiny really is to master duality, is to simply illuminate areas that are considered dark by society, right? With the 8th house over here, you are going to cut through the noise. That's what this card over here talks about. The Ace of Swords is a very, very powerful energy. You bring light to matters. You open people's eyes. So if you look at this card, you see how the eagle's eyes are covered. You are this sword that kind of brings in and slashes through weird expectations, or, you know, the programming, the matrix, the natural, let's say the laws of society or the norms of society. And you're here to lift the veil from people's eyes. Okay. You're here to illuminate things. And for that, look at the combination that comes with it. Okay. And I want you to understand, your higher self signed up for these things in this lifetime. And in order to achieve them, there are going to be ups and downs. There are going to be lessons, and there are going to be beautiful things that we learn from those lessons. And part of those lessons is, lessons can be hard. So when you see justice, when you see Tower, these are the tough moments. So you may have gone through difficult times in this lifetime, where this could be a divorce, a separation. This could be like complete shattering of your foundation that you were used to, because they're there to help you break through things that were not working for your highest good. Choose yourself and choose self-love and value most of all, and then carve your own path. This is going to come from really operating from your heart center and learning to really honor all the elements, honor your emotions, not shut down, be very compassionate, but self-love, very important. I mean, again, temperance is like, you know, a very moderate way, a very calm and serene way of life. That's what this energy is about. But the angel has one toe dipped in water and one on land. You know, they are nourishing themselves, they're pouring into the stream where they're standing, and at the same time they're serving others. So this is a, you know, a lifetime of where you're going to learn, or you have already learned, that you need to take care of yourself first before you can take care of everybody else. So that's the big point of illumination. And once you hit that point, things are going to be so simple and clear. But also by going through that and choosing this path, you bring this view, this simplicity, this aha moment to other people, and that's how you serve them as well. Okay, I want to really get into life path, but in this lifetime, you are meant to find love. You're meant to find self-love. You're meant to create your own foundations through a very moderate, simple path, cutting through, searing through any doubts or any false expectations of yourself, and bringing justice to yourself and to everybody involved. So that's the overall destiny, is like love, life, very moderate, clear, building your own foundations and showing and coaching others as well, because you do your shadow work over here, right? So I'm curious, Spirit, help me tap into what is their life path, or shall we say purpose? I want to call it life path, but feel free. So what is their life purpose for group 1? Okay, one more. Yeah. It's the same thing. So life path or life purpose can be, you can think of it as a profession, as a vocation, as what you're meant to do. There we go. All right. So we have the 5 of Swords, we have the Queen of Wands, and then we have death and rebirth. Told you, Scorpio. Scorpio energy is very, very important. So it is literally your life purpose, or your life path, whatever term you choose. In this lifetime, you are meant to show people how to walk away from petty arguments. 5 of Swords is about, you know, just winning at all costs. But, you know, this is an art of learning how to choose your battles wisely. Not everything deserves your energy or response or reaction. And that's where the simplicity and illumination come in. So you're meant to help people, you know, feel more empowered. Queen of Wands is an extremely empowering energy. She's about self-confidence, about charisma, magnetism, really taking a leadership position, believing in their power. And the Queen does not need to defend herself because she is so confident and so passionate about herself. And the death and rebirth, again, is about shedding old skin and just, you know, kind of reinventing ourselves and carving our own path. So in terms of life purpose or life path, you would do great, or you may find yourself in situations either socially, at home, or professionally, where you are constantly being called to step into this leadership position, constantly innovating new ways to solve problems and end conflict. Examples in professional life could be, you know, you could be like an excellent moderator, you could be in HR, you could be a coach, you could be a manager who works with very, very cross-functional teams, and, you know, where there may be friction between the teams because the goals don't align. So you come in and carve a new path and say, all right, why don't our goals align? Let's have shared goals, okay? Then you could be, let's say, this could also be a therapist, a coach, a life coach, because we do have the 8th house in Scorpio, a couples therapist, anything like that, where you're dealing with the human psychology and self-empowerment, but showing that to people how to do that, okay? And this could apply in any areas of life. Similarly, in the home front or family front, like you could be that one person that everybody comes to when they've hit a dead end, or they're just not able to solve problems with others. So that is your life path. Like, you're meant to come out and shine. You're meant to show how easy it is if you simply think through what elements don't resonate and how do we drop them and carve out our own path. Wow, a very powerful group. I knew it. Okay, where do I place these cards? Sorry, I want to make sure they show up on screen for you. Okay, so Spirit, show us the current blockers. Okay, where are they in their path or their destiny? Show us current blockers for group 1. And 2. Okay, so we have the World and the King of Cups, and the intention here is to see, like, along this journey, where are we now? What could be blocking us right now? So we have the World and we have the King of Cups. The World talks about endings and beginnings, so ending a completely old chapter and walking through the portal or the gate to enter a new chapter where, you know, we literally come in absolutely vulnerable. We've shed everything. Again, that toward their Tower and the Death card energy. And even on the Lovers card, if you see this, like, you know, the bear figures always talk about releasing everything, all her inhibitions, and just being raw, pure raw emotions, right? So you may be in a place right now in your life where you are closing certain chapters and you're still healing from it, okay? Again, could have been anything to do with the justice, you know, a divorce, separation, or a separation from a lifestyle, from a profession, ending a job, ending, you know, getting into your own business, or getting into a completely new school. And what's blocked right now is when the King of Cups shows up, he usually is really on top of his emotions, and it's not gender specific, but the personification is they're really on top of their emotions and they're still a ruler. And in your current blocks, you are definitely taking the lead, because this takes a lot of courage. You're taking the lead and turning your life around. However, there's still a lot of power that the emotions have over you. That's the part that you got to just like break through that piece. But this looks like you are going through a change. This may be the major pivoting point, and from here on out, you're gonna see that life is gonna get really, really simple. But this bareness is all 8th house energy, so don't shy away from your shadow aspect. Honor it, go deep within and say, what do I truly stand for? All right, phew. So Spirit, what is advice for the block, or in general, what advice do you have for group 1? have the Seven of Swords. We have the Fool. And last card, we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. This is very, very simple. Let's talk about these two first. You should obviously know what this is. Take a leap of faith, but I'll come to that a little bit later. Here we are. Advice from Spirit is you have got to change this mentality. I'm going to use a word that could be a trigger, but again, I say if something triggers you, there is some truth to it. Just be open to receiving the message. And if it doesn't resonate, just skip it. This is called poverty mentality. And by poverty, I mean not just money. This is not about money. This is about feeling that we're on our own. There is nobody to support us, you know, and also sometimes being very stubborn on solving our problems on our own, not accepting help. That is called poverty mentality, because you are blocking yourself from keeping your emotions to yourself, not asking for help. But meanwhile, there's this whole support system, this structure behind, right behind this woman. So this is the person we're talking about, right? They are on their own in the cold, almost bare feet, and looking away, not seeing there's a, I think this is a church right behind them where it's warm and lit inside, and they could literally knock on the door and go in and the help is available. But they are too lost in their misery, dare I say. I know I'm using strong words, but they feel like there is no solution out. Okay. And the second one over here is like you're being way too careful and watching where you're going, trying to collect what you need and just like get away from society. So both of these energies are a bit closed off or turning our face away. The answer does not come by turning our face away. The answer comes from diving deep within. Okay, so easy fixes. Change this. Do small steps. Accept help, even if it is a cup of tea or coffee, or you know, somebody offers you let's say a meal, whatever that is. Take help. Try baby steps, and stop being so overly cautious and so overly careful. You don't have to watch your back, okay, from other people, because when you act in this energy, you're giving your power away. No, you gotta be free. You gotta be free. You gotta open up to receiving the support, because you have a lot of support around you. You're not in a place that you're not seeing it right now because you're going through these difficult cycle, right? That's okay. Let that go. Eye on the prize. Eye on the prize. There will be justice. You will be able to create your own foundation. There will be love. You got to honor your shadow side. You will have a brand new beginning, my friend. The Fool card is here, major arcana. The entire tarot is designed around this person, which is you in this case, okay? Which means you can take whatever path you want. Spirit is really asking you to open up at this point and, you know, think very clearly. You have the Ace of Swords over here, so think super clearly. No need to be super cautious or watch your back or feel like people are judging you. No one is. This is your life, okay? All right. Oh, there we go. Okay, 2 cards want to come out. Let's just take them. I was going to take one, but Ganesha has 2 messages for you. Wow, the first one is sustenance. Okay, this is an important one. It's an important message. It looks very simple, but here Ganesha is enjoying the fruits, the food, everything that he loves. This is talking about self-love. I think that came up when we were over here. If you're not eating well, this is a very direct, in our face message that we need to eat well. We need to provide our body nourishment and sustenance. Or are we eating too much? Then we need to exercise, cut back, whatever that is. You know your body, you know your life. But, you know, I take a lot of, again, Spirit has an interesting way of showing if they need a message to come through, that message will come through. This is what it's talking about. It's like for minority of you, you need to start enjoying food guilt-free, because that's what Ganesha teaches. And for those of you who don't know, Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. So that's why I wanted to bring this energy into the destiny reading. So we close out with what you know, Ganesha is helping you remove obstacles with, but what part you need to play in, and you need to like nourish your body. For the majority of you, you know, really take care of your body. You only have one, and feel that you take that power back. Take care of yourself, love yourself. That is very important. And the second one, oh my, look at this. We have here empowerment. Where is the Queen of Wands? There she is. This is the solar plexus energy. It really talks about feeling confident, charging ahead with a lot of confidence. So Ganesha wants you to feel empowered in carving your own path. Whatever is true to you, it is your destiny. You're meant to create this path for yourself. You have the Fool here, but you need to feel empowered. And if you don't, fake it till you make it. And before you know it, you will see how confident you've become as you conquer every step of the way. Okay, so those are your closing messages: sustenance and empowerment. I am sending you a lot of positive vibes, a lot of good wishes. You know, may all your dreams come true. If this reading was any confirmation, brought you any peace, you know, calm of mind, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like, comment, share. Every click helps the channel. I would really appreciate that as an energy exchange. Wish you much love and light. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hi Pile 2, this is for those of you who chose option number 2 or the amethyst. This is your crystal. I'm going to put it right over here. And these are the Sacred Destiny Oracle cards, very aptly being used today. If you missed the intro, this is about the broader destiny. And I want to really iterate that the power is in your hands. This is the broad stroke. You still get to choose your path within those broad strokes, but also the other thing is, who wrote your destiny? Your higher self did. You did, before incarnating into this lifetime. So please don't give your power away to an external entity as to somebody else wrote your destiny. No, you did, your soul did, your higher self did. So we're just going to look at what the big picture is. What is the main area you signed up to master in this lifetime? What it looks like, what is a life path, are there any blockers, and then what's advice from spirit. Okay, with that, come in with a very open mind. Also, you know, the term destiny is big, I understand that. So come in with a very open mind, but also always remember you have free will, and this is general, so a lot of people are tapping into it. Okay, spirit, help me tap into the energy of Pile 2, group 2, who chose the amethyst. Show us what are the North Star, their North Star. In this lifetime, we have courage, beautiful, and then we have forgiveness. Wow, this is a very, very healing journey in this lifetime. And you know, I like to remind people, when we see these big labels or titles or messages, you know, these big things also bring big lessons, because that's how we master it. That seem, you know, a little bit harsher to us in the human form, but if you think from a higher self perspective, like, yep, I want to be courageous, and I also want to be able to forgive in this lifetime. So that's what would shape our experiences, but you are meant to find your courage, which can also mean sometimes we find ourselves in situations where we feel a little powerless, right? That's part of the contract that you signed up for. But guess what? You're so powerful that you'll break through and you'll find that courage. And as you, like, you know, conquer all these minor little battles of life, you will show people the beauty of forgiveness and the art of forgiveness. So you're meant to even teach people these two things, which don't come easily. Like, you know, normally you would be very good at forgiving, but may not be good at being courageous. You may be very courageous, but then, you know, the ego might get so big that we can't forgive people. But for you, these things will play off of each other, and that's what you're meant to do here in this lifetime. And this would apply in any and every situation or every life stage, dare I say that, okay? Because it comes from day to day, it comes in the big life stages, wherever you go. So, oops, sorry about that, it was a loud shuffle. I don't know why I'm doing these on camera. I don't do casino shuffle usually, because they get very loud. So for you, you're meant to be courageous. You actually are a very brave person, and you may find yourself that as you go on, it's becoming easier and easier for you to forgive, mostly also for your own peace, for your soul, but also genuinely just like letting go of things, just releasing them. Okay, all right, so let's see what is the one area, Spirit, for group 2 that they signed up to master. I'm only using the houses or the astrological signs for this piece just to bring us a little bit more color. Let's see. Okay. Oh my God, I cannot believe this. Did you look at pile 1 by any chance? They got the 8th house, which is the house of the Scorpio. So there you go, deep within. Scorpio is about our shadow self. It's about our fears. It's about what lies beneath the surface. So again, they had 8th house, you have Scorpio. Again, Scorpio is, this could be your sun, moon, rising in your natal chart. But in this lifetime, you are meant to go deep within, into your shadow aspect, into your psyche. Scorpio, the 8th house energy or scorpionic energy is about death, taxes, sex, sexuality, any taboo topics. Actually, I forgot to mention in the last pile, but actually also about the occult, esoteric knowledge, things that, you know, a lot of times society calls hush hush or taboo topics. You're meant to go deeper into that and have the courage to dive deep into that and bring that to the surface, okay? And I think that comes with a secondary element of forgiveness as well. Like as you illuminate it and show it to people, you know, it's just like opening them up to being less restrictive and less egoic in their minds. That's also part of your journey. But again, with Scorpio showing up, there's definitely areas where you will master honoring your true identity. Who are you when all the masks are stripped away? And by mask, I mean what you wear to fit into family, into friends, into workplaces, into society. Like what is the 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 things that we do in order to blend in. Okay, this is going to be an uncovering of that, having the courage to strip it all away and come out and shine on top. Okay, and by that you will also teach people to accept, because forgiveness is also acceptance over here. I know these readings have been big. You're only pile 2 and I'm like, ooh, this is some big messages coming through. Okay, so first part, let's look at the broad stroke. We'll draw 5 cards to see what is your destiny in this lifetime. What is your destiny? I mean, he's yielding yielding, whatever. A bow and an arrow. That takes courage. It's a lot of momentum and firepower. And we have the moon. We have the 3 of swords. 2 more, Spirit, for group 2. Okay, and 1 more. So I'll just drop this. Let's put this. Look at those cards. How amazing are those? Okay, let me just center these, and we're also going to take the bottom 2. Gorgeous. We have the Knight of Wands, courage, Knight of Wands, and then we also have the Chariot charging ahead, victory. Okay, this is, so let's see, you've got 1, 2, 3 major arcanas. Look what's at the bottom, the Emperor. Okay, a lot of power in this group. I told you, with the courage showing up, you're going to be a very, very powerful person. Whether or not you see yourself that way right now, that's not the point. The point is, this is what your destiny is meant to be. Now let's look at these. You are meant to actually charge ahead. These 2 energies are very, very strong, and I think I want to kind of incorporate the Scorpio card as well. These energies really talk about, you know, honoring our true self, charging ahead and carving out our own path and coming on top of it. Okay, there is nothing that's going to hold you back. The only area where you may have to, or you may be, the one big thing you may have to unblock is actually finding the courage and believing, excuse me. It's not that you'll find the courage, that's not the problem. It's like believing that you are able to do it and that there's no external factor, or I think that came up before as well. And I said that don't give your power away to an external entity. It can mean people, it can mean things, it can mean expectations, any of those. You are meant to carve your own path. You're meant to live a life of a lot of passion. We're full of fire and energy and be victorious. Also duality here, also shadow and light. We talked about the shadow sector of our chart, right? You are definitely meant to conquer this piece and create a balance between the light and the shadow aspects and still charge ahead, okay? Chariot is again major arcana. In this lifetime, you also have the moon and the star. Oh, that's beautiful. Do you see the light and the dark over here? So the moon is the darkness or the cloudy period, or, you know, when things are not clear, they're under the surface. Stars bring light in the dark sky. So you have the dark and the light in the Scorpio. Major theme for you. You're probably going to go through you know, cycles of awakening. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but like there'll be aha moments after aha moments after aha moments. The key to success would be actually surrendering, because the moon talks about things that are not visible. There'll be things happening, there'll be events happening in your life, and you may be like really, because you are so fiery and courageous, you may be really wanting to see the end of the tunnel, right? And you may not know what's happening, so you may question that a little bit, but this is where you're meant to go through a journey, so you learn to surrender. You'll learn to surrender to the divine, to divine timing and things falling into place by focusing on your happiness. The Nine of Cups is our true happiness, feeling content and happy and just doing things that make you happy. Scorpio does things that makes them happy and not what makes others happy. Yes, we all do things that makes others happy, but that is the key to success. Unless you master that, you may hit disappointments. Like the Three of Swords is right here, and it talks about sometimes this can be a major turning point if this was like one thing, like let's say it was a big career disappointment, or if it was a big relationship disappointment, like you will come out on top. That is no question to it. But your soul signed up for that experience, so you can learn, you can go through that, you can learn to forgive, and you can learn to charge ahead and set that example for others. There is a lot of fire in your chart, in your reading over here. This fire. This is, again, even though it's water, but the way it charges ahead to me shows a lot of momentum. There's water, there's air, there's like more water. All elements are here, but it's really like, I think what's missing over here is some grounding. So you may go through periods where you may feel a little spacey or flighty and not knowing where things are going. So that's where you need to ground yourself, because you need to, like, again, similar to last pile, give yourself love, heal yourself first. The star is Aquarius energy, it's a major arcana. It also talks about our wishes coming true, and then there's smack in the middle, there's one ginormous wish that would come true in this lifetime. Okay, so dream big. Whatever you dream of is gonna come true. You have the sun, and you have the star and the moon here. Okay, that's all about the dream state, dreams coming true. But what you got to master is, you know, really honor yourself and nourish yourself. That is very, very important before you can nourish the people around you. That's coming through very strongly. So in this lifetime, there may be some experience that triggers you, but that's there so you can break out of that disappointment by using your courage. Forgive the people or the elements involved and grow into this beautiful star. You may also actually, with this that's coming through, is with these two cards over here, the star and the chariot, you may also be in a leadership position, or this is almost like, you know, you may be a blogger, you may be on TV, or you may be like somewhere where you're visible, because the star is also a little bit of a celebrity energy, especially with the chariot. You know, this person is very visible and they're celebrated. Okay, so you're meant to get that recognition in this lifetime, because you will set the stage and show people both of these. You're meant to do a lot actually, because the Eight of Wands here talks about a lot of things happening and charging ahead, bringing a lot of happiness, you know, still hitting some of the fears and then shining out light, but going on and on and on with the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands is a lot of momentum. So if for any reason you feel restless, know that there's reason to it, because you just signed up to do a lot in this lifetime. Okay. All right. So let's see, Spirit, help me tap into their blockers. What may be some of their blockers at this time when they're watching this reading, at this life stage or at this time? Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. Two more, Spirit. What could be their blockers? Okay, High Priestess. And the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so we're talking about blockers. So there's a little bit of confusion, clearly, with the Seven of Cups showing up. And this is, again, it is natural. I want to share it because what the energy we were picking up over here was like that you signed up for a lot, that you want to do a lot of things in this lifetime. And at this point, you may be spreading your attention a little bit thin across 2 or 3 or 4 areas. And, you know, this is, again, just like reminding us to say, okay, don't scatter your energy so much, bring it back a little bit on 1 or 2 things. Okay, so there's confusion right now, or there's a lot of spread of energy, scattering of energy is what I'm hearing, which may be causing some delays and some blockages. Then you have the High Priestess. You actually know within what we're talking about or what's trying to come through over here, so honor that, listen to your intuition. Again, the black and the white. Okay, so this is, again, use your judgment to pick the right things to focus on. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles. It is possible for a minority of you that you're over-indexed on the abundance side, meaning that you want to achieve, let's say, a certain title by a certain age, or let's say you want to achieve a certain status, and that could be a marital status, relationship status by a certain age. So you have a picture in your mind, and it's most likely a result of our society's conditioning. Excuse me. So that's what's kind of blocking you at this time. But you have a very unique path, and it looks like you may be doing quite a few things to reach this picture perfect story that you want to create. But the High Priestess is asking you to go within and see, is that really where your focus is, or what really inspires you, right? So it's kind of like calling you to look within, again, Scorpio, go within, dive deep within and see, are you working or are you choosing the right things to work on at this point? And if you're doing too much, these energies are saying just scale it back. Scale it back. Yes, you have a lot of energy, but at this point, you're kind of like delaying things and blocking things by just trying to do it all at once, okay? You got to take care of your, even you're in a physical body. So you got to take care and pace yourself is what I'm hearing. So Spirit, what is the advice for coming out of these blockers, or in general, what is the advice for my beautiful group 2? We have the Ten of Wands. Oops. The Knight of Cups. And the Scorpio card again. Death. I cannot believe it. This showed up again for you. Excuse me. Death is Scorpio energy. It is the 8th house. So advice from Spirit is, what are you ignoring? What inner desire, inner call is it that you're ignoring right now? You need to really listen to that. You need to end some old patterns of life, of thinking, and feeling that, you know, things are not in your hands. They totally are. You just need to completely shift your thinking over there. This is your major arcana showing up again. I won't be surprised if you have Scorpionic energy in your natal chart. With the Ten of Wands, again, these energies, honestly, what I'm hearing with these two cards over here, where are you literally, you know, exhausting yourself? And I'm feeling like exhausted right now. Where are you burning the candle at both ends? Where are you exhausting yourself because you think that's something that's expected of you? You know, tap into that courage. Tap into the courage and completely reinvent yourself. And sometimes it's the last straw that breaks the camel's back, right? And that's where you might be with these blockers right now, because you're trying to do a lot and you're trying to build something. You have 2 10s. There's completion here. You're at the very tail end. You are going to come out on top. You are going to completely resurrect. This is the phoenix moment, okay? And as you do, again, the spirit just wants to remind you, just like, go back to your heart, go back to things that make you happy. The Knight of Cups is an offer of love. It's an offer of compassion. He's a very joyous, you know, jovial person, and that's what spirit wants you to tap into, that energy within yourself. Okay, that's going to be very, very important for you. So let's close out the reading with a message from Lord Ganesha. I'm just going to shuffle it. Ganesha is the remover of obstacles, so I thought it would be really nice to incorporate a message from him into the reading. So for group 2, oops, this one fell out. What do we have? Oh my god! Oh my gosh, you guys! Oh my gosh. Courage. You have nothing to worry about. You have no fear. Have no fear. You are destined to be courageous in this lifetime. I am complete. Oh my God, Spirit is so on point. I am completely at a loss of words. I've never ever seen this before. Same message coming out of completely different decks. So let this be a confirmation and a big, huge encouragement that spirit is really backing you up in whichever area that you need to step up and lead. Okay? Forgive the circumstances. Forgive the people. They don't matter. And I don't mean that in such a brutal way, but literally what matters is you and what you want to stand up for. Completely supported. Soak this in. Really, really soak this in. Pile 2. I'm sending you a lot of firepower to be courageous. Live your life on your terms because you're meant to. It is what you came here to do. Okay? Much love and light. Do like this video if this brought you any solace, any encouragement, anything good. Share, comment, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate as an energy exchange. Wish you much love and light. See you in the next one. Hi group 3, if you chose number 3 or the black tourmaline, this will be your reading. It's about what is your destiny. Now if you've skipped the intro, I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want to hone in on this point. Destiny is a pretty big word. This is a broad strokes reading, but also understand no one else wrote your destiny. It was your higher self. It is your soul before incarnating into this lifetime. You chose this destiny for yourself. So when you think of it that way, you bring the power back to yourself. And then most of my readings are all about self-empowerment and looking at from our inner perspective rather than giving the power to something external. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Coming with an open mind, and if that doesn't resonate, just skip it. It does not have to. Take elements that resonate to you and forget the rest. It is a very general reading, but just remember, and this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle that I'm using here, but this is a broad stroke. We'll look at the overall destiny for this lifetime. We'll look at what is your life path, what are some of the blockages, what you're meant to focus on, and then what are messages from spirit. But again, come in, I invite you in with an open mind. Okay, so let's use these. I'm using it as a North Star for your life. Okay, we have opportunity, just let you look at the card, and then purity. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely beautiful. So there I'm at a loss of words because this energy is really, really big. purity, really, it's unquestionable. Okay, the essence, the authenticity that comes with this energy is just unquestionable. So you may have a sense of such purity and calm to you that you may find people are often drawn to you, but overall, and let's come back to you, your destiny is to, you know, really, I want to put it this way, with the purity of your heart and with the pure intent and authentic identity and self-love and, you know, love that you put into things, you are meant to constantly keep uncovering more and more opportunities in this lifetime. So it may be a very expansive experience for you in this lifetime, because that's what you chose, or your higher self chose. But you have a very pure way about you, and that purity just like oozes through. Like, it is literally like calling to me so big time this right now. Like, things and people are drawn into you, and that energy is so pure and so big that you may find yourself creating opportunities for yourself and for others wherever you go, in literally any aspect of your life. This is beautiful. Really expansive energy, which is very interesting because black tourmaline is about protection and cleansing, right? What does cleansing do? It makes us pure. So I'm getting a very sense of a black and white with you. So you may help people actually look at things in a very black and white way. It's like, you know, see through things clearly in a very pure fashion. And that's what's going to keep on creating more opportunities for you in this lifetime. Wow. Okay, so let's look at just one main area that you signed up to master. Okay, and I keep saying you, again, you can think of your higher self or your soul. The reason we're doing this reading is some of these may be very visible to you, some may be hidden. So that's why we're looking at this. So let's see, what did you sign up for in this lifetime? What was the one particular area that you want to master? I'm gonna do a lot. The cards are not coming. It's like, well, how can we narrow it down to just one? Because there's so much vastness here with the opportunities. Okay, let's take this one. We have Libra. There you go. There you go. Bringing balance and justice and weighing the dark and the shadow and the light aspects. This is the justice energy. You may have Libra in your natal chart in some important placements, but this lifetime you were destined to bring justice to yourself, to people, to friends, to family, in society, whatever scale it applies. You always find the middle path. You're always able to clearly look at it in a very black and white fashion. Actually, I'm looking at the duality or two colors. If you notice, the wolf has different colors eyes, right? So we're able to see different elements, but then sear through very clearly in a way that is just and fair and is for the highest good of everybody involved. So that is like one main thing you have signed up for in this lifetime. Now, as I was telling the other piles, what happens sometimes with these big things that we sign up for is they bring challenges and lessons around them, because in order to master something you have to practice, right? I'm being called to share, like, you know, like in a video game, if you're gonna level up, and really get better, you got to keep practicing it, which means that when you try it the first time you won't get it right. Right? So there, I won't be surprised if this group we have people who have felt things have not been fair, who have felt or gone through experiences where things have been unjust, where you may have felt you had to give more than your fair share, or you may have felt that you didn't have the power and you're learning to draw your power back. It's possible, very, very likely, that quite a few of you have already gone through this, and some of you are probably going through it now. But all that is meant to get you to the master level of the Libra energy, of the, you know, balance and positivity in relationships, in society, in our self-identity, in any aspect of our life, bringing our power back, and also honoring the balance of karma overall. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so let's get a few cards, tarot, to look at the overall broad stroke of destiny for this lifetime. Spirit, oh, it's too soon. Help me tap into pile 3. Let's look at their overarching destiny for this lifetime. What is their destiny? Look at that clarity cutting through. I'm telling you. Wow. Oh, this is amazing. Are any of you like lawyers or in paralegal or very specific leadership supervisory roles? I would not be surprised. And then let's take bottom 2. We have 3 of Pentacles. And then we have the 4 of Wands. That's the marriage card. This is working with other people, okay? So I won't be surprised if there are people in this group who have gone through a divorce or are going through a divorce, because that's what the justice and marriage, when they show up, are usually talking about. Now, interesting energies we have over here. The first one, we have the Queen of Swords, and I'll tell you why I'm laughing, because there's a king over here as well. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. So you have the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. You have the Page of Cups. And you have the Ace of Wands. So new beginnings. Opportunities. New beginnings. I honestly would not be surprised if there are like some, I would be surprised if there are any C-level people spending time on my channel. That would be quite a surprise to me, because hey, they got their own stuff to do. But literally there are 2 leaders showing up over here, the masculine and the feminine. In between, we have abundance, self-confidence, self-reliance. Then we have the fresh energy of fresh perspective, purity. Page of Cups literally represents purity to me. It's a very childlike energy. It is like what our heart inspires us to do. And then, you know, from that beautiful heart space, like where the spark comes up and like really lights up us up to start something new. That is the Ace of Wands. So let's talk about this. You are, again, I cannot ignore this with the marriage, or the 4 of Wands over here, which by the way is also my 1111 card. Just like my channel, it talks about, you know, lining up with our purpose, like really awakening, rising up, just breaking through and elevating. That's what this means to me, but also celebration, of course. But we have celebration and a King and a Queen of Swords. So this lifetime, you are meant to meet your match. End of story. If you haven't, it's coming. I mean, this is very, very clear to me. That is definitely going to happen. This could be for some of you after a separation, okay, that you haven't yet met your counterpart, but you're meant to. You're destined to meet your counterpart. So outside of love, what this really tells me, like, you have the compassion, the courage, and the power to literally write your destiny and create opportunities the way you want. Let me tell you, opportunity is what we create. The swords are all intellectual energy. This is our mind. This is our cerebral energy. You're extremely intelligent. You're meant to invent things. You're meant to create things in this lifetime. And you have the clarity. Like, this is going to be something that you won't have to learn. Let me just say, because that's what I'm hearing. This is something you know. It's going to come from within. It is not going to be something that you have to go to, you know, school for, or get a special, you know, certificate or a degree. No, you already know this stuff. This is your craft. You're meant to create something. You are meant to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So this lifetime, you've got money. You got confidence, you got the looks, you got the clothes, you got the suave and the swag and all of that. You got reasons to celebrate. You are going to be creating new ideas and creating opportunities. You're going to be compassionate. And with your purity, you're going to draw in people that want to work with you. Okay, the 3 of Pentacles is building together, building blocks. So in this lifetime, honestly, whatever you put your mind to, you can create it. you chose to be. But this is such a beautiful thing, because with the purity and the Page of Cups, it's like, it's such a gentle energy, but because it's so pure, it cuts through. It is absolutely clear. So if there are, and the reason I want to spend more time on this is, if there are areas in your life right now that you don't feel this, whatever I'm saying, so we're going to get into blockers, what's blocking you. But if you don't feel this, go back within and try to figure out, what is that one thing that keeps nagging at you? What is it, that one thing in your life that keeps nagging, constantly like calling your attention, that no matter what, you can't shake that feeling or that thought? That's what you got to focus on. That's what you got to think through and find a way to manifest it. Okay, but let's look at your blockers. This is a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading. I think I say that for everyone, but this is quite unique, very different from the other piles. So Spirit, help us see for pile 3, what may be their current blockers that may be blocking them from achieving all the beautiful things we're seeing here. What might be their blockers? We have the Page of Wands. We have the 3 of Cups. And then we have the 7 of Cups. The 7 also came out in the last one. Yeah. I'm going to ask more clarifier on the 3 of Cups. Why is that a blocker? Oh, I get it. If you see my readings, it's rare I ask for clarifiers because I'm an intuitive reader. It just hits. The message hits. It hit me right now. Never mind. So number 1 is just Page of Wands. Okay. As I said, you're unable. Oh, this is beautiful. Along with the 7 of Cups. You may find yourself that you're unable to narrow your focus with true intention and attention on one area. The Page of Wands is carrying this one wand. This Ace of Wands is what you may be struggling with at this moment, because knowing how many opportunities you can create, or you're meant to create, you may have a ton of ideas, okay? This can be distractions at times, but what I'm hearing is like, you're ready to charge ahead, because the Page of Wands is like leaving some things behind and walking forward with his wand, with his inspiration. But the block may be like, okay, which one, which direction, which one do I start first? So that's what something you need to focus on. And with the 3 of Cups here is like, you're hesitant to celebrate. Okay, that's what I'm getting over here. Is like, no, I'm not. I need to achieve something, and then I'm going to sit down and hesitate. But with this comes like, look, the message is, you've got to stop and smell the roses. You can't just be work all the time. You can't be in this role all the time. You got to make room for this Page of Cups, that pure moment, that happy moment. Balance. There you go, Libra. You got to bring that balance in your life. If you're doing either or, if you're spending too much time relaxing and having fun and just like laying low, then that's gotta switch. But I doubt most of you are like that. But you know, again, we go through low energy periods, and it's absolutely encouraged to go through those periods, give ourselves the break, and to, you know, rest and rejuvenate and get our energy back up. So from there we can get up and charge ahead. But for others of you, it may be like you have so many projects and lists and to-do lists that never end, that you have, you know, kind of forgotten how to take a little bit of break. So that's coming through. So your major blockers are just very small, actually. This is very little tweaking that you need to do in your energy in order to like feel you're headed in the right direction. Okay, so Spirit, what is your advice for group 3, either on this blockers or anything overall? Okay, one more please. Sun's out, buns out. You need to enjoy the sun. You need to find your happiness and your burdens, your mental stresses, which you can, because you're the King and Queen of Swords. You're able to just slash through. That has come up so many times. Slash through with clarity and with purity. So you have the sun is like, focus on happiness. joy, on abundance, and enjoy the warmth. Kids are showing up. If you have kids, spend some time with them, just like literally without an agenda. And by agenda, I mean without thinking you have to do something for them. Like, oh, I have kids, I have responsibilities, I should take them to the zoo. Oh, I should do this for my kids. No, those are agendas. Those are where we put responsibility on top of it. This is really strongly saying just spend time with them. You know, bring out a board game, just go for a walk, just take them to the park, but not as a duty, but as you and them just hanging out. You'll be surprised at how amazingly it shifts your energy, okay? That's for those of you who have children and can relate to it. For others of you, it's like really, Spirit is really encouraging you to become optimistic and snap out of this energy, okay? Literally snap out, because you're analyzing way too much. This is analysis paralysis. You're trying to slay imaginary dragons in the middle of the night where you're supposed to be tucked in very comfortably. Spirit is saying walk away from these mental stresses, because you can. These are all in your head. Spirit is really supporting you. Walk away from all this chaos that may be around you and rather focus on the good stuff. Okay, focus on the warmth. And yeah, this is also let me just look at this one. Why did this message come through? I'll say it. Also spending time taking care of your body, because, you know, we have 2 naked children over here, and it talks about, you know, there is a level of, and I know there's a school of thought that says, you know, the more this is going to sound so weird on the channel. The more you walk naked in your home, the more you're able to shed inhibitions. And I'm not saying please do that in front of people. It's like when you're on your own, just feel free. If you're restricting yourself from something, just let loose for a little bit. This sounds so weird. I don't know why Spirit is saying that, but just shed your inhibitions. That's very interesting. And you'll see like so many things are just in your head, and you had like given them more power than you need to. Walk away from those things and just focus on the positivity. And of course, it goes without saying, just go out and enjoy the sun if you have sun in your area, like if that's the climate for you right now. So anyway, enjoy some sunflowers. Bring in some flowers, actually. This is so interesting. Sunflowers represent a lot of growth and abundance and happiness. You know, they literally follow the sun, right? So incorporate yellow color in those yellow. Solar plexus work is coming through. So bring some yellow flowers into your home. You know, wear yellow. Anything to do with yellow is going to help. Okay, so let's close out your reading with a message from Lord Ganesha. Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. So perhaps he can shed some more light. I wanted to incorporate these messages. And we have blessings. Master number 44. Look at that. So there are many blessings coming your way, my loves. So many blessings come your way. He's removing all the obstacles. All you gotta do is find your joy. Stop to smell the roses, maybe yellow roses, I don't know. Take whatever message comes in your head. Enjoy the sun and accept the blessings that are coming your way. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Literally being showered with blessings at this point. I mean, beautiful energy. I hope this helps group 3. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Help me grow this community. I really appreciate your energy. Think of it as an energy exchange for me. That really means a lot to me. And I wish you much love and light. I'll see you in the next one. If you need a personal reading, you know how to get in touch with me. All right? Bye for now. Hi, Pile 4. This is for those of you who chose number 4. Or the white Mexican aragonite. This will be your reading. And at the risk of repeating myself again, I do want to say, if you missed the intro, this is, you know, a reading on your destiny. Destiny is a pretty big word and kind of, you know, brings a lot of power behind it. The one thing I really want to encourage you and invite you to come in with a mindset of like, you wrote this destiny. Your higher self, your soul chose this destiny for you. There is nobody else that wrote your destiny, okay? When we say, yes, our higher self, our souls chose this path or this journey, we bring the energy back to us. We bring it and get into the energy of self-empowerment. That's what my channel is all about. I like to bring things inward, so we take our power back and we give less power to external elements or entities or people. Okay, so that's just a quick disclaimer. I want you to think of it as like, even if there are elements that you think were not supposed to be, know that your higher self may have chosen those, and then the more open-minded you are, the beautiful the messages tend to be. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to use the Sacred Destiny Oracle to look at what is our North Star in this lifetime. We'll look at one main area that you want to master or you signed up to master. You'll look at your, excuse the noise, we'll let them pass. This is surrendering. I can be patient. There you go. We meditate, we do our spiritual work, we can be patient. So this is, I think it'll be interesting. Let's see how that comes through. But you are easily able to adapt and surrender, knowing when there are bigger things at play, and also not giving your energy to things that you can't control. That was a sidebar message that came through. Back to this. This will be our North Star. We'll look at our main area we want to master this lifetime. Then we'll look at the destiny. We'll look at life path. We'll look at any blockers if there are, and then message from spirit. Good? Let's go. And again, this is general, so please only take what resonates and forget the rest. So, ooh, ooh. Look at that. We have taking risks and enlightenment. I told you this is going to be, again, pretty much every pile has been spiritual, but you literally have the word enlightenment here and you have taking risks. So I'm being really drawn to the eagle over here. This is, again, taking a very, very big picture view, which may not be the view of others. Okay, so you're destined to bring a very different perspective to the world, to the people around you, because you have gone through and reached some level of enlightenment in this lifetime. And that helps you. By taking risks, we mean like taking flight. Literally, I'm seeing like taking flight. So in this lifetime, you're going to do very interesting things because there is no fear. And there is a belief that, you know, we're much bigger than we are in our physical form, because, you know, there's a true enlightenment journey over here. And with that, you're going to show the world a very different perspective. Wow. Are there any innovators in this group? You may also, what I'm getting, you may want to keep a dream journal. If that resonates, because I'm getting a lot of like galactic family feelings over here. Yeah, my nose is really twitchy. Yeah, we've got starseeds light workers in this pile. So you may be drawn to astrology, of course, tarot, or any esoteric arts. The occult may be really important to you. Follow the rabbit hole. Okay, go down the rabbit hole. It's, if you are drawn to something, you are meant to at least explore it. Okay, I'm getting that for some of you. You may be interested in learning about Pleiadians or the Mintaka or Andromeda or whatever, right? So follow those nudges, because there's something here from a very galactic perspective that's coming through, and that gives you a very big picture view on life, and that's what's going to draw people into you. So spirit, wow. I forget what the aragonite does. Please look this up as well. I'll put the name of the crystal in the description box. So look at what it means, because this is very celestial type of energy I'm getting. So spirit, help me tap into group 4. Let's tap into them more and see what is the one area that they signed up to master in this lifetime. Oof. Okay. Wow. full moon. If this is an illumination, enlightenment, I don't know what is, but full moons bring out our wild side. Okay, they bring out our authentic self, and they also mean a lot of wishes coming through. Okay, so I won't be surprised that if you create something, or if you put your mind to, you're able to achieve it, or that's what you're meant to master. You're meant to master and learn that you are an alchemist. That came through before, right? In terms of believing that we are bigger than we are. Yeah, for some of you have very, very strong manifesting powers within you, whether or not you realized it. And what I'm hearing is some of you have actually manifested very big changes in your life, because the moon talks about cycles. Okay, you've done probably things, going back to taking risks, where you've done things that deviate from the norm. You've done some very, very big things. And again, I know we use the terms very big. It could be a complete lifestyle change. It could be a status change. It could be quitting the material side and doing something else. It could be starting your own business when nobody in your entire family or generations and generations have ever not done a 9-to-5 job, and here you come and you completely shatter that and you start your own business. It could be like, you know, you may be from not a generation, but like an ancestral line where, you know, relationships have always been difficult, but people have stayed in those, and here you come and you just like shatter all that and you just like branch out. Okay, anything like that. So you may have done something really big, but where you may be fumbling on is the very small stuff, the day-to-day stuff. Okay, it all talks about empowerment, but you take big risks. You take big risks and you bring them to fruition. The full moon is, you know, calling to me like the wild within, the werewolf energy. And the reason that's coming through is werewolf talks about morphing and flexibility and shifting and changing forms, which is alchemical, right? So wow, this is a very magical pile. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, let's use tarot and see what we have. Spirit, I'm like super curious now. What is their destiny? What is group 4's destiny? Let's show us their destiny. Expansion, slashing imaginary dragons. Petty battles, walking away from it all. Walking away. One more, please. There we go. And then we'll take bottom deck. We have the Page of Cups. Look at that, such fresh energy. There's such fresh energy about you. And the Four of Swords. There you go, peace. There is love and peace right off the bat. You can see that. Your destiny is to actually live a life that is very calm and peaceful and serene. Again, that goes so much with the enlightenment. But even with that energy, you're going to break through some big, big barriers in this lifetime. So let me see. How did they come out? We have the Two of Wands. It's all about expansion. It's very global and very big. Okay, so they're literally holding the earth in their hands. And to me, I'm going back here, it's like very big view with the enlightenment. A very galactic view, honestly, is what I'm hearing. What came next? I think we had the Page of Swords. Okay, so clarity. There's two young energies here. Pages to me represent children. So again, if you wanted to have kids, you are meant to have kids. You have the Five of Swords, which is so interesting. And the Six of Swords. I think this came first. Okay, let's not mix. Doesn't matter. The order doesn't matter. You have the Nine of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Swords. So let's summarize this. There you go. This is a very important part of your journey. Let's start here. You are, you know, likely have already found yourself, or you find yourself right now in a place where there's a lot of mental chaos. There's a lot of questioning that you're doing within, staying up late at night, trouble sleeping, trying to slay imaginary dragons. And this is when we are in an analysis paralysis mode. And we can't see like why we're stuck in this this mode, right, where we can't sleep and all this craziness happening around us. What's going on? Trust me, this is part of the journey. When we say breakthrough moments happen when we've gone through this, and there is a reason, there is a purpose in this pain, in this stress. That's because there will come a day, or maybe a night, where you'll be like, that's it, I just can't take this anymore. And when I say take this, it is your own mental agony. And Spirit wants me to share my own experience. I was trying to help with something that was out of my control. It really kept me up at night, and I was just like internalizing the responsibility of stepping into it, and then I should do more was where I was trapped. Until one day where, you know, I did all the steps. I tried to learn about what this thing was and tried to help who I was supposed to help. And just one day it was like, you know what? It is completely out of my hands. I gotta surrender. I can't. I'm gonna do the best I can and then leave the rest to the universe. And that is your enlightenment moment, okay? That is your self-empowerment moment. That is also a very humble moment where we let go of the ego, because the ego wants to control, wants to succeed, wants to know all the answers, wants to know every single step. And that's where we trap ourselves in this energy. No, I gotta solve this. No, but I'm meant to do this. Oh, but I need to learn and I need to solve. Da, da, da. That, surrender to that, because you're meant to grow out of this. With the Page of Swords, you're going to cut through this. You're going to learn, you're meant to learn how to preserve your energy. Okay, the Five of, excuse me. There is a lot of external noise in your reading, which is very interesting. So you may find yourself in, you know, a lot of petty external battles, and that's what this is. The Five of Swords energy, it's about petty battles. It's where we get in our ego and we want to win at all costs. But no, part of your destiny is to learning how to release, learning which risks are worth taking and which are not. So you're going to really master this, where you will walk away from quite a few things that just don't deserve your power, because your peace is very important to you. And you know, with this, of course, you know, you're meant to come out of choppy waters. You're meant to have a serene life. You're meant to have things calm and collected and well provided for, leaving the choppy waters behind. That is going to happen in this lifetime if you already are not there, because you have this again. There is a slowdown, a meditative period. There is a period where you're being called to give your body and your emotions and your mental body rest and rejuvenate, because you got so much inspiration that you got to tap into. And until you're inspired, you're not going to take any new moves or make any new moves, right? But you're meant to. You're meant to have a very expansive life. This is also travel. This can mean also a very Sagittarian energy. So this is expansion in general, and to me, it also goes with learning the occult, astrology, learning tarot or oracles, or anything about metaphysics. That might be something that would be really, really good for you, because I'm seeing all that energy over here. But overall, like, this is your pivotal moment that breaks through, gives you the clarity, you come out and create big manifestations in your life, and you walk towards really calmer waters with a very fresh childlike energy as well, because you've seen things clearly. Wow, okay, group 4, very unique. Okay, so Spirit, help us see what may be some of their blockers for group 4. What are some of the blockers? 3 cards, please. There we go. I knew that was going to come out. Okay. 2 more. One more, please. There we go. Makes sense. makes sense, and I'll walk you through why. So the first, as I was explaining, this came, I don't know in which other pile, in a blocker energy as well. This is the poverty mentality, and I don't mean it in particularly in money form. This is about, remember I said our fears and our egos want control. We want to know every single answer and every single next step. That's the ego side of things, and this is also the side of ego, or internal, what we may mistake as our strength, as our willpower, but this is sometimes a stubborn energy that says, we gotta do it on your own. You know, we're gonna do it. I am powerful. I've got this. I don't need help. I'm not gonna ask anybody for help, because that makes us feel uncomfortable and vulnerable. So this energy is saying, be open to help. Right now, you're trying to do everything on your own, and it is a bit much to carry. It may be keeping you up at night. That's what's happening over here. Meanwhile, there's like a building here with warm lit fire inside. That's what's lighting up the window over here. Just turn around and ask people. Like, even if you need a sounding board, that's what I'm hearing for some of you. You just need someone to talk to. And if you don't want it to be friends or family, you know, you can reach out to a life coach or a psychologist or a tarot reader or an astrologer, whatever, right? But this is just saying, like, be open to getting help, and if somebody offers help, take it. It is not a sign of weakness. It is actually a sign of humility. Okay, so that's maybe one of the blocks that you're trying to solve it all on your own. I don't say these words in my readings, but looks like Spirit is giving me the word. Some of you are being very pig-headed and wanting to solve everything on your own. I mean no disrespect with that word. They wanted me to say that, so you know if that relates to you. So don't be so pig-headed. It's okay to open up and just talk to a friend or a relative. And a lot of times we need to talk and get the energy out, because that expels the hold of the emotion on the body. And when it's out, you literally, by talking through it, you will find the answer yourself. You will still do it yourself. You just need a sounding board, is what they're telling me. Okay. Then you have the other blocker is the Six of Cups. Again, feeling like we don't have people to rely on. This is a childlike energy. This is our childhood friends or people who we can be like ourselves, or, you know, are unapologetically ourselves and be like a child and carefree. So currently you're missing that childlike feeling. And with the Emperor over here, what they're telling me that, like, you're at this time being way too serious with these two showing up in your blockers. Like, you're trained to take a lot of control of every single element of your life. And remember how many pauses we've hit in this pile, with the motorcycles going first and the cars whizzing by, where I had to pause and let the noise pass so we could get back on track. So you may be in the opposite, where you're trying to control every single element. Spirit wants you to really release and find your inner child. Okay, so let's get some advice. We're very close to wrapping this up, but these are such simple things, and with just a little tweak of energy, we can come out through it. So Spirit, what is the advice? Whoa, one more, please. What is the advice for group 4? I'll draw one. Ooh. Okay, we got the Judgment, we got the King of Wands, and we got the Major Arcana. So 2 Major Arcana. So Temperance. Your true self. What is your truth? Oh my God, shed the skin, shed the facades, rise up, rise up. Your journey is unique to you. What are you being called to do? Rise in your power, follow your passion. The King of Wands is like, again, you are a leader. You are a born leader. You know, this again is also a healing energy. So there is a bit of a multifaceted advice from Spirit at this time. Like, look, you cannot be in your power until you have shed everything that does not resonate with you and you healed from that. You need to do that in order to rise like this king. And you will, absolutely. Like, you have taking risks, which is a lot of fire and air energy. But the major thing over here is what is a true self? What have you buried? That's what I'm hearing, because with the carcasses here in the graves, what happens, the judgment is like, we leave all that behind and we rise up from the ashes. Okay, you're gonna rise up. But what are you keeping hidden? What are you keeping behind? Going back to the full moon, what are you keeping in the dark from yourself? What do you need to shed? Do it. Do it, because you are meant to enjoy this lifetime. You know, give yourself some love. Temperance. It's the angel mixing two elements, but the angel heals themselves before healing others, or there's equal balance. So give yourself time, and time to heal. Rely on others, but heal yourself first. And if that means, you know, as I said, the life coach thing is coming forward again. If you need to get in touch with a life coach, just get a free consultation. Just 1 hour. You will be surprised how many answers you may get out of it, and just get it out of your system, as I said. Also, a dream journal could help, or a journal could help as well. And that will really clear up a lot of things where you can rise up and follow your passion over here. Okay, so those are the main message I'm getting. I may have messed up the placement with the other versus the other piles, but that's fine. It is what it is. You get the idea. So let's close out your reading with a message from Ganesha. I was telling other piles, Lord Ganesha is the removal of obstacles, and I thought it would be nice to end the reading with a message from him while we're on the topic of destiny. So tell us, what does pile 4 need to hear? There we go. So we have positive outlook, number 29, which reduces to an 11. 11 is a master number. It is lining up with your true north. It is rising up, shedding what doesn't resonate, and really coming to your true form. But this is, again, Ganesha is really saying, is removing all the obstacles, but you need to step into a very positive outlook, and also release what you can't control. Know that things are gonna work out. If you look at all your cards, there isn't anything majorly negative. That's just all in the head, right? So have a very positive outlook. Things are going to start shaping up really well. You have the full moon energy. You have enlightenment, and you're meant to take a risk and create big things in life, but you need to have faith and feel empowered with the King of Wands. You need to feel this King of Wands energy. Heck, you need to feel the Emperor energy. You are this person. Just have that positive mindset. And also, I'm being drawn to share, if you want to listen to any Abraham Hicks messages on YouTube, you'll get amazing insights into what a positive outlook can do on our manifestations. So there you have it. Those are the messages I have for you, group 4. I hope this helps. If you found this reading helpful, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, share. Every click helps me grow the channel with beautiful people like you, your souls like you. And think of it as an energy exchange. I would really, really appreciate it. If you need a personal reading, you know how to get in touch with me. Wish you much love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.